Good evening. I'm Julie Martin, filling in for Alan Miller and Monica Hannon. Thank you so much for joining us. A 24-year-old woman was killed early this morning after colliding with another vehicle on the Bismarck Expressway Bridge. According to Highway Patrol, the woman was driving the wrong way across the bridge when an 18-year-old Bismarck man tried to swerve to avoid a crash. The two cars hit head-on and the wrong-way driver was pronounced dead at the scene. Two other occupants were extracted from the vehicle and taken to the hospital. The 18-year-old was cited for driving under the influence. A crash in Rolette County is under investigation after a 20-year-old Dunsmith man lost control of his car and hit a tree, killing his passenger. North Dakota Highway Patrol says the victim, identified as 20-year-old Cassandra Gillis, was ejected from the vehicle and died at the scene. The crash remains under investigation by Highway Patrol. Highway Patrol says a 43-year-old Bismarck man was killed on Highway 1806 around 8 o'clock last night. Troopers said the man was standing in the middle of the road when a car struck him. The driver told troopers he was unable to avoid striking the man. The pedestrian was pronounced dead at the scene. A Bismarck man is being held on attempted murder charge for shooting a 28-year-old man in the Mandan trailer courts at 4 o'clock this morning. 28-year-old Terry Pelletier shot the victim in the left hip and fled from the area. Police later located Pelletier at his residence in Bismarck and was taken into custody. Mandan police said the victim was taken to the hospital. His conditions are unknown at this time. With Minot facing 2 homicides just in the month of December, your news leader wanted to see how the city's numbers compared to other cities across the state. Minot tops the charts with 7 homicides this year, followed by Fargo with 5. Bismarck police did not have any homicides in the city of 2020. With Minot having the most in the state, Police Chief John Klug explains the drug issue in Minot is a serious problem, leading to many of the homicides.
It does concern me. It should concern everybody that not only do we have the drug problem and the overdoses that we do, but we also have people killing each other over the sale of drugs or the receipt of drugs or whatever it might be.
These numbers do not include homicides for the entire county. Minot has the smallest population of city residents compared with Fargo and Bismarck. The North Dakota Department of Health did not release daily COVID-19 numbers today because of the holiday. Normal updates will resume tomorrow. However, the Standing Rock Sioux tribe says they are prioritizing the distribution of COVID-19 vaccines to those who speak Dakota and Lakota languages. According to the Associated Press, 300 people on the reservation are fluent in the language. Frontline healthcare workers have begun receiving the vaccine at the Fort Yates Hospital, but starting next week, priority will be for those who speak the native language. Tribal leaders say those who can speak the native language are the most important asset to the tribe and keeping their traditions alive. Well, it was a wonderful New Year's Eve. Not a lot of snow on the ground. I hope that weather sticks around.
Yeah, we're going to continue with these.
As we enter the new year, we wanted to know what people around Minot would not miss about 2020 and what they're looking forward to in 2021.
I will not miss COVID-19, the pandemic. I will not miss it. I would really like the vaccine to work and so that life can get back to some normalcy. I think it would take a while for that to happen, and I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to a really good year this next year. And I'm really kind of thankful that this year is over because it's been kind of a crappy year so far. But hopefully next year will be really good.
Normalcy would be nice. Being able to hug your friends, visit with your neighbors, things like that without having to worry about, catching the virus.
The Soares Valley Animal Shelter says they helped about 1,000 animals find a home every year. And this year, even with 3 months closed due to renovations, roughly 986 animals were helped. Executive Director of the nonprofit, Shelby Waters, says since the start of the pandemic, people have been seeking pet companions. She also says with the new shelter being built, many animals are with foster families who later adopted them.
People were really coming out to foster animals, which is allowing them to foster to adopt. I think the loneliness from COVID actually helped us quite a bit, and that's a trend across the nation that animal shelters were able to see.
Waters also thanked the community and staff for their work given to the animals in the Magic City and giving them a forever home. Despite opening up in the middle of a pandemic, fireworks shops haven't felt the economic impacts of COVID-19 like other businesses have. Owners at Memory Fireworks say their sales are slightly up this holiday season compared to last year.
This December has just been so mild in temperatures and no wind, so that really does help us. A lot of people don't want to go outside for New Year's and stand outside and light fireworks, but when it's mild outside like this, it makes it a lot easier to go stand out and do those fireworks.
Memory Fireworks staff say always remember to be safe when igniting fireworks. Make sure to distance yourself from the fireworks. Always have a water bucket on hand and be sure to put out each firework when they're done to eliminate the chance of resparking a flame. Well, 2020 hasn't been easy on anyone, and an extra sense of hope as 2021 begins. This year has to be better than last. It was an especially rough year for the Sheminsky family. They're best known for their extravagant Christmas lights display on the corner of Kennedy and 23rd Street in Bismarck. Just before Christmas, high winds destroyed several of their displays. They say that's just the way 2020 has gone for them. A couple of months ago, Alan was diagnosed with cancer for the third time. And then last month, his wife, Kathy, had a heart attack. But they are both on a mend and say they're glad 2020 is finally over and are looking forward to better things in 2021.
In one word, 2020, disastrous. I think a lot of people can attest to that. But we're all healthy, we're all good, we're doing great, so I think that's the biggest thing.
Alan says they almost didn't put up their display this year because of COVID concerns, but at the last minute decided it might be the best part of the year. If you haven't seen the lights yet, they'll be on through Sunday. Well, coming up next, reaction from state leaders on their decision to override President Donald Trump's veto of the National Defense Authorization Act.
And we've got a gorgeous end to the first day of 2021. I'll let you know what the first weekend has in store for us. It's looking pretty nice. That's coming up here in just a few minutes.